Hey everyone, welcome back to Rehab and Revive Physical Therapy. My name is Dr. Joey Luo. And for the fourth and final week, I'm going to be cycling and also taking a spin class.
Give it up for our first time ride.
All right, first ride. I'm a little nervous, but excited.
I hope that I can help you sustain your exercise routine long enough so that you can achieve your goals and not get injured. Tip number 1, don't overuse your hip flexors. So you'll see in the cycling motion, while the foot is down here, and then as the foot goes up to that point right there, that's where the hip flexor can really be overused because you're lifting your knee up towards your chest with your hip flexor. However, this is not the proper way to do it. What you want to do is actually utilize your other leg during this motion here. So as you see from top to bottom, the other leg is pushing downwards using your hamstring, using your glutes, and then that should propel the contralateral knee up. So as my left knee goes from bottom to top, my right knee is pushing down, my right foot is pushing down, and I'm using my right hamstrings, right glutes to get my left leg up. So you're pushing on each side rather than lifting. So push, don't lift. Alright, tip number 2, make sure you don't bend at your back. So if you don't have enough hip flexion, you're going to see as I bring my knee up here, my back is going to start to bend instead of my hip flexing. So you can see that shift right there. My back is bending, and every time my knee comes up, bends. So you want to avoid doing this because it's really these micro movements in your lower back that can cause damage over time. And cycling is a very repetitive sport. If you're doing this thousands of times, your back is bending thousands of times. So things that you can get if you don't take care of this hip range, if you don't take care of the stability in your back, you can get disc issues, you can get sciatica, you can even get muscle pulls. These are all issues that can come up with these micro shearing movements. Pitfall number 3, setting up your bike incorrectly, or just walking into the studio and using the bike as is. So it's important to set your seat height. You want to make sure that the seat height is at your iliac crest so you can feel in your hip the bone sort of in your stomach here. You want your seat to be that height. And then go ahead and sit on the bike. And then your foot placement, you don't want your foot to be fully in the strap. You want your toe to actually be on top of the pedal there. So you're going to scoot your foot back a little bit so that you can have the ball of your foot and your toes fully on the pedal. You also want to make sure that you're sitting back on the seat. You don't want to be sitting on the skinny part of the seat. You want to make sure that your ischial tuberosities or your sit bones are settled nicely on the large portion of the seat, which is the farthest back. While sitting on the back of the seat, you want to make sure that your seat is the proper position forward and backwards. So, how do you do this? Well, set your pedals up so that they're equidistant from the floor. So they should be at the same height, your left foot and your right foot. While they're here, you want to watch your knee and its position to the foot. So, the knee should be actually within the foot, sort of tracked right over the midfoot. And as you can see in my position, my knee is too far back. So that means I need to move my seat forward so that my knee can translate forward and be in the proper position. So I'm going to adjust my seat here. Move it forward, that's pretty good. So let's check again. And as I get in that same position, my front leg, the knee is right over the middle of my foot there. And that's where your seat should be, forward and backwards. Make sense? Good. Now that your bike is set up, you are good to go.